Good day, everyone. I'm Randy Florence Soto, and I will be reporting two topics. The first one I'm about to report is to understand how organizations can create and sustain multi business advantage. In this report, we will unravel the concept of multi business advantage, uncovering how organizations build and maintain this advantageous position. The first one to come in mind when you think about how organizations create and sustain multi-businesses is diversification. Diversification involves entering new markets or industries that are different from the organization's current operations. It is either related, where the new business shares similarities with existing ones, or unrelated, where there are no commonalities. This is like having a variety of investments in your financial portfolio. In business, it means spreading out your risk by being involved in different industries or markets. For example, if one part of your business isn't doing well, other parts might still be profitable, balancing things out.
By definition, diversification is a strategy used to expand market share or enter new markets by launching or acquiring new products. It allows a company to grow by expanding market share in an existing market or by developing a new market presence. In essence, diversification involves innovation and market disruption. Normally, companies apply a diversification strategy for three main reasons. First, mitigating risk. In times of market volatility or downturn, businesses will start introducing more products into their line. This spreads their investments across multiple channels, so one product can afford to lose sales while the overall company does not suffer to the same degree. For example, a fashion retailer often sells its products in multiple product categories because fashion is so trendy and unpredictable. Being diversified protects the company against the effects of various changes that may occur. Many fashion retailers also expand into new store formats, such as products for children or babies, in order to diversify their products. Second, competitive defense. Another reason for firms to diversify is that underserved locations or customers have available revenue for competitors in their industry to take advantage of. If companies do not diversify and expand to fill the additional demands, their competitors are likely to do so. Therefore, if you get in first, you can often increase your customer base or establish yourself as a top provider. For example, movie rental provider Blockbuster dissolved in part because it failed to diversify and compete with its competitors such as Netflix, YouTube, and Hulu, moving into the new online streaming formats. Third, increasing profits. Finally, businesses may choose to diversify to raise profits. For example, coffee shops will add to their line with food options such as sandwiches and pastries, which may be used as a strategy to increase profits. In a similar vein, gyms may choose to add a sauna room or physio room. This would not require any added space, but could be rented out to add another stream of income.
Synergy refers to the combined benefits that result from the integration of multiple businesses within the same corporation. Synergies can arise from cost savings, economies of scales, sharing of resources, and cross-selling opportunities. Effective synergy management can enhance the overall performance of the corporation. Imagine putting two puzzle pieces together and they fit perfectly, creating a bigger picture. Synergy in business is when different parts of a company work together so well that the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. For instance, if a company that makes cars buys a company that makes batteries, they can combine their expertise to make electric cars more efficiently.
In the world of business, corporate synergy describes the added value that two companies would enjoy if they merged. In other words, they could produce more than the sum of their parts if they worked as one. Apart from cost reductions enjoyed when two compatible companies merge, there are also, for example, marketing synergies which can promote rapid growth.
In order to sustain multi-business advantage, vertical integration involves expanding control over different stages of the value chain. Vertical integration can be backward, toward suppliers, or forward, toward customers. By integrating vertically, organizations can streamline operations, reduce costs, improve quality control, and gain more control over their supply chain.
Vertical integration. What is it and when does it make sense for a company to do it? In order to understand vertical integration, it helps to start with a picture of the activities that take place in an industry in order to produce a product or service. This picture is called a value chain or supply chain. Let's look at a simplified example of a value chain for the coffee industry. The process starts with farmers who grow coffee plants and harvest the beans. These are then packed and shipped before they are roasted in a roasting machine. Finally, the beans are used to make coffee, for example in a coffee shop where it is served to customers. If you are a coffee shop manager, you need to decide if you want to buy in coffee beans that are already roasted or if you invest in a machine and roast your own coffee beans. If you decide to start roasting your own beans, then you are vertically integrating, as you are carrying out more activities along the value chain than before. When a company expands into an activity that is earlier in the value chain than the one it is already involved in, then the company is engaged in backward vertical integration. In other words, in backward vertical integration, a company starts making its own inputs. This is the case when a coffee shop starts roasting coffee. On the other hand, if a coffee farmer or roaster would open a coffee shop, then this is an expansion that brings the company's activities closer to the final customer, and it is called forward vertical integration. When deciding on vertical integration, there are several factors to consider. First, backward vertical integration can bring important benefits, such as a lower cost, better quality, the ability to differentiate the company from its competitors, and certainty of supply. However, these benefits do not occur automatically and require that the company can make cheaper or better inputs than those it is already buying from its suppliers. Therefore, backward vertical integration also brings risks, especially if the company is entering a business that it does not really know well. The expected cost savings or quality improvements may not materialize and the company may be worse off than before or may wish it had concentrated its investments in its existing business. Forward vertical integration often involves the expansion of well-known brands, like Apple or Nike, into retailing, either online or through physical stores. Such a step can be profitable since it allows the brand to capture the profit margins that were previously earned by the retailer. Forward vertical integration also allows the brand to control the overall experience the customer gets when buying its products. Again, for this type of vertical integration to be successful, the company needs to develop new skills and it may not always work out. In the end, determining the extent of vertical integration is among the most important strategic decisions a company makes, and the right answer is not always obvious.
Global expansion. Here, many organizations pursue global expansion to access new markets, resources, and talent pools. Going global allows companies to diversify their revenue streams, mitigate risk associated with specific markets, and capitalize on growth opportunities in emerging economies. Just like how a local store might decide to open branches in other cities, global expansion is when a company starts doing business in other countries around the world. These allow companies to reach new customers, access different markets, and spread their risk. Next to keep in mind is the strategic alliances and partnership. Collaborating with other firms through strategic alliances, joint ventures, or partnerships can be an effective way to access new markets, technologies, or distribution channels. These alliances can help organizations leverage each other's strengths and capabilities while sharing risk and resources. Sometimes, instead of doing it alone, companies team up with other businesses to achieve common goals. It's like friends working together on a school project. By forming alliances or partnerships, companies can share resources, knowledge, and expertise to tackle challenges or pursue opportunities they couldn't do alone.
So what is a strategic alliance? A strategic alliance is when two companies tend to remain independent, but they come together because they have a shared objective or a common goal that they like to meet. And they could get there easier if they partnered together to accomplish that goal or objective. So don't confuse this with, let's say, a supplier relationship with the company. That is a one-way money exchange, right? You pay the supplier for raw material, they send that raw material to your organization. That's not a strategic alliance. An easy way to determine a strategic alliance, there's usually a two-way money exchange, or that money is going from both organizations to invest in something. So, for example, if you and I worked in a corporate building, your company and my company, and I had this contractor come to me that wants to install solar panels on the top of our building, and it's going to cost us $100,000. I could do that, but your company would benefit as well. So we could form a strategic alliance, come together, and split that $100,000 down the middle, $50,000 from my company, $50,000 from yours, and we both get that shared benefit of reducing our overhead costs when it comes to the utility bill in the building, right? So when we think about this, you see how it lowers financial risk, right? I don't have to do the whole $100,000. You don't have to do the whole $100,000. We share the financial responsibility. That is one benefit to actually forming a strategic alliance. Other companies form strategic alliances because it gives them access to other customers or a different aspect of the marketplace. That is also beneficial. Before Netflix started producing all of these original series, they got a lot of their content from third parties. Because Netflix had the streaming platform and these other companies produced these great movies and television shows, they formed these strategic alliances, partnered with Netflix to have their movies and TV shows on their streaming platform. And then you and I, as subscribers, give Netflix a certain amount of money, and Netflix and that production company shares the revenue. And that's where revenue sharing comes into play. When a subscriber like myself, we only pay Netflix, but then Netflix in turns, those great movies that they didn't produce, they have to distribute a certain amount based on contractual agreements when it comes to that alliance or strategic alliance that they have. What does that look like? And that is another example of a strategic alliance or why companies may come together. There's usually a shared benefits.
The last step in how a business sustains advantage is by portfolio management. It involves assessing and managing the mix of businesses within a corporation to ensure alignment with overall strategic objectives. This may include divesting underperforming businesses, investing in high-growth opportunities, or restructuring the portfolio to enhance overall performance. Imagine you have a collection of different toys and you need to decide which ones to play with and when. Portfolio management in business is about deciding which businesses or projects a company should invest in, keep, or get rid of. It involves balancing risk and returns to make sure the overall portfolio is strong and profitable.
When a business manages many projects, it is critical to keep track of its project portfolio. This assists the organization in categorizing initiatives and ensuring that they are aligned with the organization's goals. The project portfolio is a word that refers to an organization's collection of projects as well as the process of selecting and managing them. The project portfolio is carefully chosen to help the company achieve its objectives. So, let's talk about the project portfolio today. Hello everyone. This is George from Invensys Learning. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon to get regular updates. Let us now look into the agenda. First, we shall discuss what is project portfolio? Soon after that, we shall talk about what is project portfolio management? Then we shall see the difference between project portfolio management and project management. Later we shall talk about few project portfolio management, PPM, key terms. Then we shall look into the reason for why project portfolio management is important. Next, we shall discuss project portfolio management process, and end the discussion by talking project portfolio tools and techniques. Sounds interesting, right? Now, we shall begin the session by knowing what is a project portfolio? A project portfolio is a collection of projects, programs, and procedures that are managed and optimized together for an organization's financial and strategic goals. At the functional or organizational level, a portfolio can be managed. Unlike a project with a clear end objective or deliverable, a portfolio is a more strategic commitment to continuously optimize resource allocation, prioritizing, and scheduling across multiple initiatives. Companies will generally have considerably more project opportunities than financing can support. Therefore, the selection process must select a subset of projects that will optimize the company's profit goals while staying within budgetary constraints. At the same time, executives want to keep an eye on the portfolio's total risk while ensuring that cash flow and other essentials are not jeopardized. Projects are categorized into programs according to their significance and similarity. Those programs and associated projects should be included in a portfolio strategy developed by the Project Management Office, PMO, to accomplish overall company objectives. A project portfolio does more than just connect projects with corporate strategy. It also allows an organization's project management style, including all project policies and processes, to be aligned with its objectives. Now that you guys are aware of the term project portfolio, let us understand. What is project portfolio management? The study and optimization of costs, resources, technology, and processes for all projects and programs within a portfolio are known as project portfolio management, PPM. Portfolio managers or a project management office are usually in charge of project portfolio management, PMO. In simple terms, the centralized management of one or more project portfolios to fulfill strategic objectives is called project portfolio management. It's a method of bridging the gap between strategy and execution, ensuring that an organization's project selection and execution are successful. Here are a few examples of PPM's applications. A project is a short-term activity with a set start-end date, scope, and resources. To plan, resource, and manage work, organizations frequently employ a portfolio, which is a collection of projects. The centralized management of one or more project portfolios to meet strategic objectives is what project portfolio management entails. Budgets, resources, and deliverables are frequently linked amongst projects. Therefore, project portfolio management considers all projects across all divisions rather than managing individual projects. PPM guarantees that all approved and continuing projects are managed to achieve agreed upon goals and provide outcomes. It's all about completing the appropriate projects at the right time in a consistent manner. The core of PPM is strategy, which is a plan for the organization's future. The plan lays forth the objectives and measures that will be followed to achieve the new intended condition. To achieve these objectives, you'll need to manage your resources, respond quickly to opportunities, and improve performance. Organizations can forecast project results and control risks by answering these questions. A portfolio, unlike a project, does not have a beginning or end point. Instead, completed projects are replaced with new ones. An organization can have a single overall portfolio or multiple portfolios for different business sectors such as IT or marketing. PPM improves insight into progress and brings historical performance data to the surface. This data enables senior management to make informed decisions. PPM's main purpose is to ensure that all of the portfolio's outcomes contribute to the organization's strategic goals and business objectives. The portfolio manager, often known as the PMO, accomplishes this by conducting business analysis, evaluating budgets, and forecasting while limiting risk and managing stakeholder expectations.
My next topic will be appreciate how different corporate strategies could add value to a corporation. In the dynamic world of corporate strategy, success isn't just about having a plan. It's about having the right plan that adds value to the organization. Different corporate strategies play a crucial role in shaping a company's trajectory, driving growth, and enhancing competitiveness. We have three types of corporate strategies. For the first one, we have the cost leadership. It is a strategy focuses on becoming the lowest cost producer in the industry. This can add value by enabling the corporation to offer products or services at lower prices, thereby capturing market share and generating higher profits.
The first competitive strategy we'll examine is cost leadership. It's straightforward, isn't it? You have to be able to produce products or provide services that are cheaper than the ones offered by competitor companies. If a company adopts this strategy and sustains costs lower than its peers, then it will succeed. Typically, cost leaders will sell at prices lower than their competitors. This way, they will win price-sensitive customers, the ones looking for a bargain. And given that price-sensitive customers are the absolute majority, cost leader firms can win a sizable market share and sell a lot of units of the goods they're selling. However, the drawback is that the low prices of these products mean lower margins for the firm. A margin is formed by the revenue obtained from the sale of a product minus the cost sustained to produce the product. So, a cost leadership strategy means more units sold and a lower margin per unit. Selling at prices lower than competitors is a valid idea. However, companies must find a way to do that. If you want to sell at a lower price, then you have to do something differently than your peers.
Next corporate strategy is differentiation. Involves offering unique products or services that are valued by customers. Imagine you're selling homemade cookies, but yours are extra special because you use secret ingredients and decorate them in unique ways. Differentiation in business is about making your products or services stand out from the competition in some meaningful way. It could be through quality, design, brand image, or customer service. The goal is to create something that customers perceive as unique and valuable, so they're willing to pay a premium for it.
Whenever buyers' needs and preferences are too diverse to be fully satisfied by a standardized product or service. The essence of a broad differentiation strategy is to offer unique product or service attributes that a wide range of buyers find appealing and worth paying for. A company attempting to succeed through differentiation must study buyers' needs and behavior carefully to learn what buyers think has value and what they're willing to pay for. Then the company must include these desirable features to clearly set itself apart from rivals lacking such product or service attributes. Successful differentiation allows a firm to command a premium price and/or increase unit sales because additional buyers are won over by the differentiating features and/or gain buyer loyalty to its brand because some buyers are strongly attracted to the differentiating features and bond with the company's products. Companies can pursue a differentiation strategy from many angles, like a unique taste, like Red Bull or Doritos, multiple features like Microsoft Office or the Apple iPhone, a wide selection of one-stop shopping like the Home Depot or Amazon.com, superior service such as Ritz-Carlton or Nordstrom, engineering design and performance like Mercedes-Benz or BMW, product reliability like Whirlpool or Bosch, quality manufacturing like Michelin or Toyota, and technological leadership like 3M. A uniqueness driver is a value chain activity or factor that can have a strong effect on customer value and creating differentiation. Differentiation opportunities can exist in activities along the industry's value chain, and particularly in activities and factors that meaningfully impact customer value. Such activities are referred to as uniqueness drivers and have a high impact on differentiation rather than on a company's overall cost position. Ways that managers can enhance differentiation through the systematic management of uniqueness drivers include the following: seeking out high-quality inputs, striving for innovation and technological advances, pursuing continuous quality improvement, emphasizing human resource management activities that improve the skills, expertise, and knowledge of personnel, and improving customer service or adding additional services. While it's easy enough to grasp that a successful differentiation strategy must offer value in ways unmatched by rivals, a big issue in crafting a differentiation strategy is deciding what is valuable to customers. Typically, value can be delivered to customers in three basic ways. First, including product attributes and user features that lower the buyer's costs. Second, incorporate tangible features that improve product performance. And third, incorporate intangible features that enhance buyer satisfaction in non-economic ways. Differentiation strategies tend to work best in market circumstances where buyers' needs and users of the product are diverse. There are many ways to differentiate the product or service that have value to buyers. Few rival firms are following a similar differentiation approach, and technological change is fast-paced, and competition revolves around rapidly evolving product features. Differentiation strategies can fail for any of several reasons. A differentiation strategy keyed to a product or service attribute that are easily and quickly copied is always suspect. Differentiation strategies can also falter when buyers see little value in the unique attributes of a company's product, and overspending on efforts to differentiate is a strategy flaw that can erode profitability. A low-cost provider strategy can always defeat a differentiation strategy when buyers are satisfied with a basic product and don't think extra attributes are worth a higher price.
The last type of corporate strategy is focus. It concentrates on serving a specific market segment or niche. By catering to the unique needs of a particular customer group, a corporation can develop a strong competitive advantage and achieve higher levels of customer satisfaction and loyalty. This could mean targeting a specific customer group, offering a limited range of products or services, or operating in a particular geographic area. By focusing intensely on a niche, companies can become experts in serving that market and build a strong
What sets focus
competitive
strategies apart
advantage.
from low-cost leadership or broad differentiation strategies is a concentration on a narrow piece of the total market. The targeted segment or niche can be defined by geographic uniqueness or by special product attributes that appeal only to niche members. The advantages of focusing a company's entire competitive effort on a single market niche are considerable. Let's take a look. A focused strategy based on low-cost aims at securing a competitive advantage by serving buyers in the target market niche at a lower cost and at a lower price than rival competitors. The strategy has considerable attraction when a firm can lower costs significantly by limiting its customer base to a well-defined buyer segment. The avenues to achieving a cost advantage over rivals is to outmanage rivals in keeping the cost to a bare minimum and searching for innovative ways to bypass or reduce non-essential activities. The only real difference between a low-cost provider strategy and a focused low-cost provider strategy is the size of the buyer group to which the company is appealing. Focused low-cost strategies are fairly common. Focused differentiation strategies are keyed by offering carefully designed products or services to appeal to the unique preferences of the needs of a narrow, well-defined group of buyers, as opposed to a broad differentiation strategy aimed at many buyer groups or market segments. companies employ successful differentiation-based focus strategies targeted at affluent buyers wanting products or services with world-class attributes. Indeed, most markets contain a buyer segment willing to pay a price premium for the very few and finest items available, thus opening the strategic window for some competitors to pursue differentiation-based focus strategies aimed at the very top of the market pyramid. A focus strategy aimed at securing a competitive edge based on either low cost or differentiation becomes increasingly attractive as more of the following conditions are met. The target market niche is big enough to be profitable and offers good growth potential. Industry leaders have chosen not to compete in the niche. It's costly or difficult to multi-segment competitors to meet the specialized needs of niche buyers and at the same time satisfy the expectations of mainstream customers. The industry has many different niches or segments, thereby allowing a focuser to pick up a niche suited to its best strengths and capacities, and few, if any, rivals are attempting to specialize in the same target segment. Focusing also carries several risks. First, the chance that competitors will find effective ways to match the focused firm's capabilities in serving the target niche. Second, potential for the preferences and needs of niche members to shift over time toward the product attributes desired by the majority of buyers. And third, the segment may become so attractive that it's soon inundated with competitors, intensifying rivalry and splintering segment profits. Niche strategies are focused closely on serving segment-specific or niche markets. Business strategy may alternatively be based on the process of product or service differentiation across a range of markets and market segments.